Hello, hello, hello. We are live on Spreaker Podcast Radio, but we're also going to go live here on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Tomorrow's Daily Life, that we are trying to, I guess, fix the bugs here. But you guys, thank you for tuning in to Spreaker Podcast Radio. I'm here with Jackie Glass, who is a candidate for Norfolk Public Schools School Board. I want you to please download the app, the Spreaker app, and on Google Play and the App Store. So we are still trying to figure this thing out, so we can go live here on YouTube as well, so you guys can see us. But download and follow me on Spreaker Podcast Radio on my show tomorrow. My profile name is Tomorrow, so that way you can get all the notifications as soon as I publish something new. Or you can also go to the website at www.spreaker.com and then use my profile name. So, okay, I think that we are going live now on YouTube. Jackie is trying to fix it. Jackie, thank you for coming again, though. I appreciate it that you're here. And we are still trying to figure this out. Sorry, you guys.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. We are here. We're just trying to figure this out. I don't know what's going on. I keep taking pictures. Okay. All right. Yay! Finally figured this out. Hi, you guys. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. For joining me. We're live on 2 places. You can now catch it. You can go to Spreaker Podcast Radio and go to the app and download. You can download it. I really would love for you guys to download my app. Please download it so you can follow and support, please, because that support means so much, so I can continue to promote beautiful, wonderful people like Jackie here, and also all the wonderful businesses all around our local Hampton Roads area that I have been promoting. So please, if you support community, we all about that, and I know Jackie is big on that, and that's why I support it. If I lived in the Norfolk area, I would definitely be voting for her. So, but since I can't, I'm definitely going to support. Support means everything. So, but you guys, please download the app, and you can go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and download it. That way you can get all my notifications. I'm saying this again because I said it before we were able to fix the YouTube. I said it and everybody heard it on Facebook. So I just want to make sure that anybody who's listening here, who is going to be listening, who's going to tune in here, that you guys go and download this app so you can get all my notifications as soon as I publish something new, all the episodes that I'll be doing here. But right now I'm going to turn it over to Jackie because I have some questions from people who are actually in the community, who live there, who have children there, yes, and who I've gotten questions from, yes, who would like to know some things that are very important with her being, and I'm saying with her being a part of the school system, Ward 3. So, this is her. Look at that. You guys vote May 1st. So, Jackie, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming again. Part 2.
Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Part
2. Jackie, let's get right into it. So the first question was, Jackie, is how will your being elected and being a part of the Norfolk public school system affect the schools directly?
Well, what I think my unique, I don't even want to call it a unique skill set, but I think it's a gift from God, is being able to pull people together. One of the things that I feel like the school board has not capitalized on is a very active community. We've got some really amazing business owners, outstanding faith-based businesses that are ready to be brought to the table. So I think the direct impact or influence that I would have is creating that door and making sure it's built to be sustained for folks in the community to have access and be actually a part of the school system. Because I've seen folks, like I think we talked about it last time, they want to get involved, they want to do things, but relationships are always contingent upon, who is there. And it needs to be not who, because people change all the time. So we want to make sure that there are policies and procedure so that folks can show up and we can have some resources. And I think that's the influence. That's what you're going to see. I know that's what you're going to see me do. And I think that's going to be a great influence where we're going to establish some more trust into the board by bringing you folks who are definitely influenced by the board as a part of the board.
Like that. Hey.
Building a door. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, I hope you have some followers who also agree, like part of the school board.
Definitely.
Who's on the school board who
and
also has that same mindset.
I do believe that one of the school board members right now even has office hours. She's the only person who does it. She has set hours where if you're somebody in the community that just want to have a conversation with her about the board or what's going on, you can come and you can talk to her in a specific place or time. She's always posting on Facebook. So I think we're getting to a place where the elected officials understand that you've got to reach back to the community, but reaching back requires some availability and creating a space. So it's one thing to say, well, you can email me or call me anytime. And then another thing to say, well, I'll be in your neighborhood at this place at this time. If you want to stop by, I'm available. So really expanding on what she's already, one of the effective, the habits of highly effective people is being proactive. I think that's one of the first ones is being proactive, and then two, putting first things first. And when we come to a place of being a public servant, what comes first? The people.
The people.
And so definitely. I think that taking with the momentum that she has and really expounding on the fact that people want to be connected to the policymakers and procedure makers, creating that door again is one of the things I think that I'm going to do to directly influence the board as a whole.
Good. We need that.
Amen.
In the future, will we see a difference in the curriculum? And under that, will we see less standardized testing?
So what you have to realize, and I know I'm not a huge fan of standardized testing, because as a child, I did poorly on standardized tests.
I did too.
Straight A student.
Yeah.
Straight A student. But when it came to taking the test, I was not. I remember in middle school. I'm not the only one. No, in middle school, I had to take a class to teach me how to take the test. There was like a special group of kids where we came and they kind of talked about test anxiety. Anyway, just know that those things are state regulated. So we don't necessarily have a choice as to whether, unless we are advocating up. And this is where the different pieces of the puzzle come in, and understanding the difference between state politics and policy, local, state, and federal, and understand how that kind of trickle down and influences us on the state level. Now, curriculum-wise, I will say this. If you want to see some differences and some powerful things as far as curriculum, it requires us to be in those classrooms. So one of the, I'm just saying, I spent time in my daughter's classroom as I had, even when I was working full time, I would try to spend maybe 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes sometimes in the classroom. And I was seeing things and I'm like asking the teacher, what can I do to support X, Y, and Z? Because I know that you're not going to be able to, just with the sheer ability to manage that classroom. You've got children that are reading on it. I think we talked about this before. Yeah. That are reading they're in first grade, but they are definitely don't even know their sight words. Okay. And then you have ones that are on grade level and the ones that are above. And what the teacher worked with me in doing, and some of the children that go to the homework house, is giving us curriculum that was based on where the child was. But it required us to support, because there's only so much that teacher can do with her
the ratio of children.
Yeah, with not even the ratio, but the mind. Okay. Where the child is.
There's too many kids and they can't focus on
And I know she needs a teacher's assistant. So when we're talking, I don't think it's just curriculum, because I've had private school curriculum. I've had creative curriculum where it's like all these, and as a curriculum developer, I'm going to tell you the curriculum can be set however, but it is a matter of how that curriculum is delivered. right? And how much you can expound on what is actually in front of that child. So one of the things I would encourage folks to do is get to know the parents that are in your class, get to know the folks of the students that are in the class, and then work with the teacher on how you can expound at home. And sometimes it's as simple as 15 minutes. The kids right now were learning states of matter in my daughter's class, and I had already taught her this. Like we had already, because my son was learning states of matter. I'm like, while you learning that, show your sister wood, water, ice, and steam. Like we had already went through it, and I'm like, I know that she knows this. So we talk with the teacher. It's like, how do I expand on that with my daughter? Okay, well then we can take it into there's a did you know there were 4 states of matter, not just 3? So looking on ways to expound, because it's not just what is in front of our kids on a daily basis at the school. It's what we're pouring into. 15 minutes is a lot of time. Mm-hmm. So
that is.
Yeah, so again, with the standard, I'm just to bring that full circle. With the standardized testing, you have to understand that is higher than the local level, right? Standardized testing goes so much into accreditation and monies and things like that. So if we want to talk state politics, then that's a whole nother game. And we can get involved on the state level. As a people, we can get involved. If we're all
speaking, just be one. It has to be.
But if you feel, and that's why we got to hear people. So whoever asks that question, it is important, I think, as a school board member too, to find where people are niche, where they're really passionate. So if you got a core group of people that the testing is their thing and they want to come to the table on the testing, get them together, push for find when there's days when you know that the education committee is speaking. Teach us how to, not teach us, but yes, really, how to be advocates up there, how to lobby up there. Because that's important. You get these people that look the same, from the same demographics that are up there lobbying, when it really needs to be a variety of us. Mm-hmm. So that's just a whole nother layer of this. And that requires knowledge, right? We've got to know how the game works so that we can play it.
How do we lobby?
How do we lobby? Yes.
How do we find out how
that is a whole video. We can do a whole video on how to do that. Yeah. How to show up in Richmond. You know what I mean? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
That is a whole skill set in itself. And there are organizations that do it, that tell us how to do it.
Is there?
That we can connect to. Yes.
Oh, that's
You've got
great.
Folks like the League of Women Voters. They're always doing things to kind of educate women specifically. And there are men who show up on what is a school board, how do you show up for different things like that. That's where we're talking about connecting, because again, there are amazing people doing amazing things that we just don't know. We got to be better about bragging about the good things we do. It's contagious.
Yes, it is.
It can be.
It should be.
It should be contagious. It is.
Okay, Jackie. Next question. How can you help Title I schools gain access to more extracurricular activities?
Oh, so this is, I'm going to tell you, whoever asked that, thank you for asking that. Because there's a school that I've taken quite fond of. We're actually going to go clean up this school on Saturday. Lindenwood Elementary. We're going to be cleaning up Lindenwood.
Volunteers needed?
Volunteers needed. I will have trash bags.
Volunteers needed, you
yes.
guys.
Saturday morning at Lindenwood Elementary, we're going to be cleaning that school up. And that school, I think they just started a dance team, which was really really cool, to give something for the incentive. To get, they got some young ladies there, but here's what you got to do.
When you said they started a dance team, are they going to be while you guys are cleaning? They going to
I'm still talking about extracurriculars at that school.
Okay, that's going to be an extracurricular activity
that they've started. One of the teachers there has actually started. And I was in the office the other day, and one of the girls on the dance team were acting up, and the woman in the office said, "Now, if you don't act right, you're not going to be able to go dance." And she didn't really straighten up, but she did think twice about it. She didn't straighten up completely because she was taking it there. That school has its own set of challenges.
Okay.
But it was one of those things where you don't understand how we do nothing without incentive. As a people, I have children. My incentive to raising them right is that they go out and be good people and they don't stay with me forever. Right? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing that we do from the littlest child on this, that we do everything, and there's some incentive for us, whether it's internal or external. So looking at the extracurriculars, what I would encourage is that when you're talking about now, and it's not just a Title I school thing, let me just say that we have unique things that we can add to our schools, but it requires a body of people in that particular school that wants those activities there and being able to push to get those activities there. So one of the things I want in my daughter's school is I want a student council. I would love to, this is me saying this for sure, I would love to help out the school with starting a student council. So this requires foresight and planning. It's just not a board thing. Understand that the principals of each school pretty much run their school the way they would like to run their school. They have a lot of say in how each school does what they do. The principal is the head of that. So you have to understand that piece first when you're talking about getting extracurriculars in there. So I would say if you bring it up, head it up. I used to say that to my people in the military, like, you're going to bring it up, you're going to head it up, or you're going to find somebody that's as passionate as you are to head it up. So with the student council piece, know what it takes to operate that extracurricular and get the support behind it. Because we can say we want extracurriculars, and for this question in particular at Title I schools, but what if there are no children to support it? So that requires us to get to know the student body at that school and the folks that are willing to drive it, and the staff that are willing to drive it, to actually make it be a real plan. Because I'm not going to blow smoke up your behind and say, I'm just going to make sure there's extracurriculars at every school. That's not how it works. All right, as a community, just look at your student body and see what might fit or what might be some unique things that we can bring to the school. Come up with a plan, present it to the principal, and then see where it goes from there. And, if it's something that you're really, truly passionate about, we have community centers that we can bring it up to. We know how to do leasing permits for schools.
That's a good outlet, the community centers.
We know how to I know how to get, if you want to use the school grounds, we can put in applications to use the school grounds to do these extracurriculars. We don't have to have a whole school saying we want to do it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, I thought you had to have the school.
If, let's say that you take your plan, say, here's what we want to do, here's why we want to do it, here's the level of interest that we have to do it, and the principal was like, no, I don't really want that at the school, that's not something I'm interested in, yada yada yada. That's possible. So then here's what we do.
But you still present it to them.
You still present it, yes. That's at that principal's school.
Okay.
So then what you can do is say, okay, well, you know what? We would like to use the grounds of the school. But there's some steps. Insurance, and then writing, filling out a facility usage. Because maybe the school has the property that you want to use to do an extracurricular. So you see what I'm saying? Okay. It becomes a community program more so than a school extracurricular program. So there are ways to get. There's ways. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but it all also starts with, if you're interested in extracurriculars for your particular school or a school in need, look at that demographic first before you start just throwing out extracurriculars. See if the principal's involved. If you got interest there, that means you got support system, and then move forward from there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that isn't necessarily a school board thing, but that's a community thing. So to me, it is a school board thing.
Getting more involved. Then
it's connected.
Getting more involved.
Absolutely.
And then with the community getting involved, only then you can make a change in changing the curriculum.
Absolutely. Yeah, so and getting extracurricular activities. Absolutely. Yeah, you got the will to do it. It will be so.
I like that. Okay, Jackie. Will you be open to hosting a homework house party where you could teach other moms to be more active with homework?
Yes. So I'm gonna say this. Y'all understand my passion, or not my passion, my purpose that I believe I was given here is to, again, I pull people together and I educate. Which is why I started my company, Lunch. And part of that is, part of what I do on the other side of life is teach folks how to become leaders as parents, right? And Homework House is a huge part of this, as I'm learning that it will be made into a nonprofit. And yes, I'm absolutely ready, got the blueprint down to help other mothers and fathers or whomever, grandmothers, aunties, uncles, with bringing the Homework House to your community, because I believe that the Homework House, it's a block by block initiative. I feel like block by block, if we just kind of grow ourselves, then I think I know that we're going to do some amazing things. But absolutely. And I'm going to put my phone number out there for anybody that wants to call. 757-285-5313. If you want to talk about just how we can pull, if you've already got a core group of people that you're like, hey, let's pull it together and see how we can get a homework house off the ground, I am more than willing to show up. I will check that little calendar of mine and be there.
That little calendar of mine.
And I'll say this too, even if you don't have a place, let's say, I want to meet people, but I don't have the venue to do it, I have a place. So 757-285-5313. Just give me a call.
And when you say you want to meet people, what do you mean by meet people? You have a place,
meaning we can bring it to my house.
Okay,
I can show you my homework room, and then we can kind of discuss how you can grow that in your area. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yes.
I'm all about it.
Nice.
I'm all about it.
How many homework houses are you hoping to?
I don't know. I don't even want to put a number because I feel like looking at where it's going, between the barbershops and the daycare centers after hours and the churches and the civic leagues, I just want there to be as good people that want to do good things for our little citizens, every pocket in the city. I don't think that a child should have to travel too far to get help. Do you know what I mean? Or a parent should have to say, well, I can't drop my baby off down there to get help, so you just go, not today. I think it should, that's why I said block by block. Should be able to walk there and walk back home. You know what I mean? It's access. A lot of times it's about access and resources.
And volunteers as well.
Yes.
Who are willing to be there on staff, at these homework houses. And
I'll tell you,
be there with our little citizens.
Yep. And a homework house starts with community. So do you know your neighbor? Do you know your neighbor on the left, on the right, in the front and back of you? I have like this 4-door challenge that I said after this election, I want to challenge people to get to know 4 doors on your block.
Oh, Jackie, can you tell them about that 160 again?
Oh.
That is, I love it.
So
that's
funny.
Phenomenal.
So the 160 challenge is that we're challenging everyone, everywhere, to do at least one thing in 60 days for a child or local school in your neighborhood. So we started March 1st, and it's going to end on May 1st. We've got to get good about bragging about the good things that we're doing. We have a lot of good Samaritans that are just doing things under the radar. And so if you don't see those good things, folks want to focus on the terrible things. You know what I mean? It's easy. Yeah. I got a lot of problems.
To focus on, the terrible things.
I have a lot of problems.
Focus on good things.
Brag about it. You know what I did today? Yeah. I walked my kid to the bus stop because I love my kids and I love you know what I mean? Like, that's something so small, but it's so significant. The days that I don't go out to the bus stop, the kids are like, where were you yesterday, Miss Jackie? You know what I mean? Like, one thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do those tiny little things. If you want to start with the 160 challenge, join us on Saturday at 10 o'clock at Lindenwood Elementary. And we're going to be cleaning up. Pick up one piece of trash.
Yes.
Take a picture while you're doing it. Because these kids should come to a school where there's not trash out in front of it. You know? That's
what
one
time?
thing.
What time?
11 a.m. Excuse me, I lied. 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
10 a.m. on Saturday?
This Saturday morning.
And you guys are just going to be cleaning up the school.
The grounds.
Now, where is Linden? You said Lindenwood?
Lindenwood Elementary.
Where is that
So Lindenwood is off of Tidewater and Lindenwood. So I'm trying to give a good... if you go down Tidewater Drive, Norfolk and Norfolk, Tidewater and Lindenwood. I'll put if you go to, there's already an event made. If you go to my Facebook page for Jackie Glass for Norfolk Public Schools, there should be an event there that has all the information about the school.
Good.
The cleanup.
Good.
Tell us you're coming.
Yeah.
Tell us you're coming.
Come out, you guys. Come out and support and come clean up. Shoot, that's great. I think that should happen with a lot of the schools out there.
Yeah. Just clean it up.
Yeah, just clean it up. That means a lot. Community. Bring forth community. So, let's see, you guys. What's next? Are you looking to further your career politically?
Right now, no. Right now, no. I'm not looking to further my career politically at the moment. I am enjoying this process. It is a lot to this process. I really want to do more in the community. And this is, like I said, it has been an adventure. I've learned so much. I don't at the moment. No.
Okay.
At the moment, no.
Okay.
I want more. I have more stuff.
I think some people would like to see you more in the political forefront.
Yeah. Well, I love Norfolk. And I want to say that. And as I've gone on this journey, I just know that there are a lot more grassroots things that I really want to bring to light. Like I really want to help build this foundation.
Okay.
You know? Mm-hmm. And so...
But once that's...
Who knows what happens after that?
You might
but I really don't know.
To
I don't know what's... I'm trying to keep a 5-year plan.
run for president one day. You know?
Listen. I do not envy anybody who decides to run for large-scale offices.
That's pretty good.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but it's meeting so many amazing people. And I'm not saying that to be funny. Like, yesterday I went canvassing. I did a video about it. In the Mamie Homes and Chesapeake Gardens neighborhood. And we had so much. I'm like smiling because
tell us about that experience.
We had so much fun. Okay, so it's just so much fun. It was just meeting great people, meeting people's dogs, you know, their children. And
people's dogs.
You know, and people just, sometimes they open the door and they're just like, come on in. Yeah. And you're like, oh, wow, this is...
Yeah. Are people really that friendly these days?
People are really...
To say, come in.
I'm telling you, yes. Like, just open the door right up. Come on in. And there's this one house in particular, and I cannot wait. I feel like this gentleman, we will get to know him more after the election. I just feel like...
Really?
Yes. We walked up to the door, and he opened the door and scared the mess out of us. Like, I jumped off the porch. He's like, no! And we jumped. It was hilarious, and it was him and his sister we got to meet. And I was just like, you know,
he was really excited.
He was funny. He was hilarious.
Okay.
And what I will commend him on is he was joking with us, but through the jokes he was asking me specific questions. Like he probably asked about 5 interview questions in the little bit of time that I was at his door, but it was very smooth. Like he's got a career in but it was very smooth in there, and it was a lot of fun. It was just, I don't know, it's a good time.
And you were very comfortable.
Yeah, just meeting folks. It was very cool, so I value that.
Yes, of course. All right, Jackie, well, how about another question? Do you have any more issues in the community that you can speak on that you're dealing with? And just in case those who didn't hear your last live, because you actually did tell us about some things that you were doing and working, a part of. Yeah, can you elaborate on that again?
There's so many things. So I'm trying to that question's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? So
because she does so much. She's doing.
I have a team of people.
She's very involved.
So we're putting first things first. I work with my civic league a lot. I love civic leagues. I encourage everyone.
Explain what the civic league is.
Okay, so a civic league, there's over 120, I think, active civic leagues in the Norfolk area. And I say this and I mean it, like civic leagues are our city's superpower. They're the group of people in a particular area that come together once a month or whatever to make sure that they're, to get crime stats on their neighborhood, to talk about what's going on, to educate each other on the things that are going on in the neighborhood. And civic leagues have the power to decide what kind of businesses come in and out of that neighborhood. So it's like, these are the people making the decisions for your corner of the world. That's kind of like how I like to call it. Oh. So I'm in the Ballantyne Place Civic League. And I think...
So are they everywhere in every community?
So in Norfolk, absolutely. Yes. And then I did see, I was going through Virginia Beach and I saw a sign that said Civic League this day, meeting at this time.
Okay, so they are.
So yes, I know Virginia Beach has civic leagues as well, but...
Oh, see, so that's important to know in your area. Maybe you should check that out and see if they have one. Do they have one in Chesapeake?
I'm sure they do. I mean, like this area...
That's something to look into, you guys, to see if there's a civic league in your area, because they are involved in so much, and
a lot of
times, a part of that.
A lot of times, the civic leagues. I'm the youngest person in my civic league, and it's the older folks. It tends to be the older folks in the neighborhood, and they want us I am saying this. They want us to be a part. They know they need young blood. They know we're the future of the community, and they want to be a part of bridging the past, the present, and the future. So come to the Civic League meetings. Check out your city's government page, your city government page, to see if to see if they have civic leagues, or how you can find out what your civic league is.
Okay, so you would go to the city's government page in order to find...
There should be. So I'm going to say, particularly because I know about Norfolk Civic League page, if you go to the communities tab, and then you look over, I think it's on the right side of the communities tab, it'll say civic leagues, and you can get a list of all the civic leagues that are there, and find out what civic league you're a part of. Easy day, and then get the point of contact. And even if your civic league is disbanded, hey, why not start one? It's work, but civic leagues are the gateway.
Why would you do that?
Oh wow, it's
that
all.
Seems like a lot of.
It is.
It seems like a big.
It is,
job
because
to
it requires people to come together, know your neighbors and things like that. It's work.
Jackie, it is very hard to know your neighbors when half of your neighbors don't really speak to you.
I know, and that's
hard. This is why you go and knock on their door.
This is what I'm telling you, yes.
And you're not afraid.
I was initially, absolutely. Because we don't like rejection.
No, I definitely don't. No. I think that's what keeps people from...
And that fear of stay out of my business, but here's the deal.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, the fear of not wanting to be nosy.
Don't be nosy. But I'll tell you, it's been plenty of times where...
why are you knocking on my door?
Yeah, look out for it. This is about... Everybody wants to say it takes a village, but a village is more than one person. So in order to really establish these villages, we've got to reach out beyond ourselves and realize, whether we like it or not, we're not raising our children by ourselves. It doesn't happen. Their peers raise them in their own way. The teacher raises them on their own way. The block, the folks that are on, they see what's going on. So we don't raise our children or build our communities by ourselves. We've got to understand that there is power in numbers, and be okay with our vulnerabilities. Be okay with that, but understand that there are people around you who want to be strong with you. Right. I got a neighbor, he knows I can't stand blowing my leaves. I don't like it. I don't like it, but I'm going to tell you, Mr. Henry.
But he's there.
Mr. Henry will sometimes take them leaves and blow them for me while he's out there. He's like, I'm just giving you a head start. I'm like, thank you, sir. Thank you.
So he helps you, and he's there.
He's there.
And he will do it.
Now,
Head Start, does he just go halfway?
No, he takes and clears out the street because he knows. Yeah, but it's still it's like, okay, Mr. Henry, I got you. Thank you. And he ain't judging me. He just is helping me.
I like that.
He ain't judging me. Yo, my neighbor.
Shout out to Mr. Henry.
Yeah, and Mr. Lafayette next door.
What a great help.
He know all them kids
to help you?
He know all them kids be at my gate. When I get off the bus.
How many kids come to your homework house?
So we have 10 now. 11, thereabouts. Yeah, 10 or 11 that come to the homework house. But he knows they eat me out of house and home. And then he knows when they get off the bus stop, it's the whole bus stop will conjugate. What do you call it? Just rally at that corner. Right, yes. And so Mr. Lafayette, he takes and he puts snacks on my gate post. So when I go out there, I have something to give to the kids. What? No joke. So I look like the superhero. But really it's Mr. Lafayette.
And he'll put the snacks there.
He just puts them there.
And you are able to just pass them out.
And I just go, hey.
Wow.
And ask your mama first.
Nice.
Yes. But that required me to get to know him.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
And then the lady, that's it. Just 4 doors. Because you're going to go out of town at some point. You might need somebody looking out, just making sure things are cool. Just... Right. We got to get back
just
to...
kind of around you. Everybody around
It's not an idea, and it's an action. The village is not an idea, it's an action. And we've got to...
like that.
Got to make the actions. Get to know the neighbor next door. 4 doors. That's my next initiative.
And that's not hard.
No, 4 doors. That's it.
Yeah. I think it's maybe a fear, too, of, maybe you have a dog and it's going to eat you or something. I don't know. I think it's a fear. People are like, I don't know if I want to knock.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All they can do is say, I don't want to be bothered. And then now you know.
Yeah.
And now I know.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
And what was the question in the community? So there's so many things. we're working on trying to get the housing situation with people, inviting people in our neighborhood that are going to be displaced. We're working
how
on.
How are you working on?
So
it?
I'm pulling together a plan to present to my civic league on all of the available homes in the area to maybe work with some of the homeowners. We've got teachers that are going to be displaced that are living some of the housing projects. So I just wanted the city to get the mindset of inviting these people into other neighborhoods instead of displacing them into other neighborhoods. Being proactive.
Why are they being displaced?
So there is a plan to tear down the St. Paul's area projects.
Okay.
So housing projects. Yeah. So in doing so, I'm sure they are working. The city and folks are working hard on this transition plan. But I feel like communities can be proactive in helping some of those working class folks transition already, because it's happening whether we like it or not.
So they're tearing them down now
to build up mixed income homes. They're not tearing them down right now. I think it's a 10-year phase plan. It's considered. There's been a lot of talk in the news about the Opportunity Zone with the mayor was just at the White House. Our mayor was just at the White House speaking to folks, and also the Secretary of the Housing Authority. His name just. The neurosurgeon, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank, is coming into town. Secretary of HUD is coming into town. Ben Carson is supposed to be in the area as well. Yeah, it was in the news. But yes, that area is considered like an opportunity area. It's so much to it, but that's
so the
one
residents there, will they get other housing, or because I know you were saying they were being displaced. So
that's what we're waiting on to hear the full scope of the plan of how things are going to transition. So be optimistic. I'm being optimistic, but I'm also understanding what that feels like to be displaced rather than I just want to welcome them into neighborhoods instead of showing up from the housing projects,
Right.
There's several things.
What else are you working on?
What else do I do? I deliver newsletters for my community.
Do you really?
Yes, really. Me and the kids.
What kind of newsletter?
This neighborhood newsletter for our civic league.
Do you?
I do.
Do you deliver those door to door?
Door to door, we deliver them.
How often?
Once a month.
Once a month?
Once a month. So me and all the little citizens, we have our blocks, we're assigned, and we deliver the newsletters. It just tells us what's going on.
People actually still do that?
Yes, we still do that.
Deliver
newsletters.
Okay. Do they deliver newspapers as well?
Yes,
I wonder if people still do that too.
Yes, I get the News Journal and Guide delivered to me, and then Virginia Pilot still delivers.
Oh, okay. And you now are part of that. You deliver.
No, I deliver the neighborhood paper.
Just the neighborhood paper.
Yeah, so it's about what happens at our civic league.
Is it just in your
in my civic league area? Yes.
Okay. So each civic league has just like a little small
newsletter. Some people do it electronic. Some people do it by hand, but we still deliver them.
Oh, awesome.
People advertise in there.
Your little citizens help you deliver?
Absolutely.
Those? Yeah.
Yeah, we get
and they're probably excited about that.
Yes, very. They keep me excited about it. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Because you said your children were involved in your candidacy.
Yes.
How are they involved, Jackie? What does your son do? See, there you go with that snorting.
Because my son is my co-campaign manager.
She laughs and snorts.
I do.
It's funny. I love it.
Yes.
But
I can't help it. I can't change it.
Please don't.
I won't.
Yeah, okay. Now, how old is your son?
My son is 11.
He's 11. And what does he do to help you run?
So where he shows up in places that I cannot be. If there are 2 civic leagues in one night, my son will go speak on my behalf. He knocks door to door for me. Actually, yesterday...
11, you guys. 11.
Well, he has a voice, and he's got skin in the game, too. He goes to Norfolk Public Schools, so he's a good advocate. I'd like to say that the little citizens that I deal with are great advocates for me, as I am for them, because they're able to articulate, sometimes better than I am, what it is that I do for them and why I'm a good candidate. I listened to one of the girls' speeches. Last night it was a great night canvassing. But Michelle, shout out to Michelle Martinez. She is 11 as well. She's a 5th grader at Coleman Place Elementary, and she took to knocking doors. Her and Jayana, who's in middle schooler, were knocking. And she's like, Miss Jackie, don't worry, I got this. She was telling me, I got this, don't worry. And I'm like, okay, I'm right across the street. And she's like, all right, Miss Jackie, we got this lady. She might need a ride to the polls. I gave her your number because I told her you can help her with that because you can. And I was like, I love you.
Oh.
I love you. Like, how she was like, just telling me, like, already.
What it's going to be and what we have to do.
She's like, she's older. You know, she was on one of those things. That's what she was saying. I was like, a walker. I said, yes. She was like, but she might need help getting to the polls.
So she said, yes, she wants to vote.
Absolutely. And so that's another thing is getting, helping out elderly with getting their write-in, but early voting. Mm-hmm. And then we've been working, I know at least 2 felons have gotten their voting rights back. We've assisted with that sort of deal. So if you know folks that are, that were felons that can get their rights restored, don't hesitate. I have a gentleman in my neighborhood who's been working with folks. So, again, that same number, 757-285-5313. I'll connect you with him so that he can go through the process with supporting you with getting your voting rights restored. The last day to register to vote is April 9th. That's this Sunday. So you need to register April 9th. Yes. Last day to register.
Wow.
That's Monday, April 9th.
So that's this Monday coming up.
Yes.
The last day to register to vote because voting is May 1st. May 1st. Wow. Okay. And is that with every district?
It should be. I checked the Virginia Department of Elections. So yes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I think we still have one more. What do you use to keep organized? Like whiteboards, planners, etc. How do you keep so much organized?
So, again, I am not the most organized person. Let me just say that. But my husband has always told me since he's known me, you got to have habits. And so, like today, I couldn't find my keys, that's so frustrating. If you ever...
gosh, yes. That is frustrating when you can't find your keys. See, so I have to keep them in a certain spot. Because they have to stay in that spot.
So right now, when it comes to canvassing, we've developed like a canvassing box. And that box has everything in it. Clipboards, pencils, staplers, files, everything. Keep it together. Okay, like I have a planner, but I'm learning that I like pen and paper, but I need electronic. Does that make sense? So the pen, writing things down on pen is like my security blanket, but my phone is my lifesaver. So I understand I block off time at the very end of my day or the very beginning of my day. Because my kids aren't in school right now, it's a little wonky. But I have to get up sometimes at 5:30 in the morning, 4:30, 5:30, just to have that time to prepare myself for my day. Because I can't do it I can, but I'm choosing not to do it when my kids wake up. Because I like to spend at least an hour with my son before he goes to school and another hour with my daughter and the kids that show up before they go to school and give them my undivided attention. And then at night, my kids, I try to block off 9:30 till 10:30 is when I regroup and pull it together. But because my life is expounding and I believe that there are big things to come, I just Saturday hired an assistant.
Oh.
I know. That's a big deal.
Oh. Yes, it is.
I did, and she is so patient with me because look,
you need that.
Because what I want to do, I want to make change. Yes,
Jackie, you need that.
And then I have a campaign.
You need that.
I have a campaign manager who's beautiful and gets my schedule and things like that. So
what
the people
exactly
around
does a
me
campaign manager do?
Manage the campaign. So she's the go-between.
Besides that, Jackie.
No, yeah, she's the go-between between myself and other people. So making phone calls saying, okay, Jackie, we're showing up here. But, I guess I'm difficult in the sense that I love to talk to people. Mm-hmm. I love, I tell her specific people, hey, I want to talk to that person on the phone. I love this. So she makes sure, here's the number, here's what you do. We've gotten this together. We're canvassing this days. And I got a girl that's helping me out with organizing the canvassing. It takes a team. Mm-hmm. I have my own village just to manage this whole system. But when it comes to day-to-day life, yes, I absolutely have a whiteboard. It's huge. It's in my living room or my dining room area. I write a lot of things down. I will
Big
write.
whiteboard.
Yeah, it's a big whiteboard to brainstorm because I like to purge my thoughts.
Whole lot of thoughts.
It's
like
there's big things coming tomorrow. I feel like no, I really do that. There
tomorrow or big
no
things coming,
you
or
tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow there are big things coming.
Okay,
I feel it. I don't know if you've ever been. I'm at a point in my life where I feel like there's amazing things like just happening.
Yes.
So
yes.
As we journey down that, I realize my kids know my weaknesses, and I've taught them to help me so that I can supplement. My daughter is always able to tell me where I set something down. I was looking.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 6. She'll be 7 in 2 weeks. But I kid you not, today I said, I'm getting these sheets together because I had people canvassing. I'm like, where are the paper clips? She's like, I got you. She walks out. She's like, I got them. Here are your paper clips. You also have something printing on the printer. Would you like me to grab that for you? Absolutely. So understanding, like accepting what your weaknesses are and then being able to build processes and habits around them to be successful. But yes, I use my Google Calendar. That's a huge for me. I have a recorder.
Oh, I love using the Google Calendar, by the way. I also use that. That is very important, but I also do like you. That's my saving grace.
Writing
like that backup. Yeah, that pen. I
have to put pen to
do
paper.
that in my planner. I'm still doing this, but also that planner, that on Google. Yes, that Google Calendar is everything.
And then for people that are really close and importantly, like my husband has access to my Google Calendar. He can't really make changes or anything, but he has access to see what's going on. My campaign manager.
So he can also remind you of things, events that are coming up.
And then it's managing people's expectations around you because my family's first. You know, like when it's all said and done, like I'm accountable to them.
Do you have a lot of time for,
we do, that's
because I know we talked about this the last time, and I want to talk about this again because it's important, especially a career person such as yourself. And I'm also, a career person. So, to juggle family life and career, how do you do it?
So I run my family. Part of my shtick is running my family like a small business, and the business decisions that we make.
That.
Yes,
I really do.
The business decisions we make are for the whole. So there's a lot of compromising that goes on. There are a lot of sacrifices that goes on everybody's parts. So managing that, we spend a lot of time together. Surprisingly. My kids are with me right now, where we are right now. We just came from, my daughter was putting yard signs up. Like, I love this. That is intimate time. Like, you can't discount the small things because we don't know what our family and what our children or, whoever's in our circle is going to take. So knowing that, hey, I need you, I want you for this, they're there. But when it comes to, like, as a unit, the G unit, that's what we call it. When it comes to G unit... we eat dinner together, and sometimes we're watching a show that is particularly fruitful for all of us, and we're watching dinner and we're eating dinner. My husband is a shift worker, so it's back in he works a week of nights, a week of days. So we are very intentional with the time that he's on days, the evenings. I tend to slow things down those evenings to make sure that all of us are together.
And you have that family time.
At least an hour. But I'll tell you.
So there is time that you set aside to say, hey, no phone calls,
no
this, no that. And now this is just a family time.
And I will tell you, my husband keeps me honest. He's like, look, you just walked in the house and now you're following up on your phone. I'm going to need you to put that down and I'm going to need you to be present. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I say, here's what I'm wrapping up. I'm going to go ahead and put this down. You know what I mean? Like, I get called out. Plenty. And I have to eat it because I know that's what. Absolutely.
And say, okay, I'm wrapping this up right now. Okay, done.
And my son has said, Mom, we haven't snuggled in a while. You said you was going to snuggle. And last night, I can't stand him because when I snuggle with him, I fall asleep in his room. And I don't want to fall asleep because he's like he is my sleeping pill.
Oh?
Seriously, if I can't sleep, I go and
I know you're gonna fall asleep
next to my little. I won't say his nickname, but my little child.
He probably will not be happy with you forever if you do.
Listen, it's a growing pains. It's a part of know thyself, And that can be difficult because I don't like some things that about myself, but I'm working on creating habits that improves upon those things. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not nearly, I see myself in a different place than I want to be. So it's also important to not look at other people's lives and what they're doing and critique yourself based off of that. Critique your standards of yourself. Get to where you want to be for you. I was going
to ask you that. Are you very critical of yourself?
I am. I'm very critical of myself. But I also have learned to give myself the same grace that I give others. So grant yourself some grace. That I am doing a lot. And that's okay. But I put first things first. Prioritize. Actually, where is it at? I don't even have it with me. I always keep my 7 habits of highly effective people with me, a little card that tells me, what quadrant I'm in. Am I putting out fires? Then I need to reassess. To self-assess. If you can't see yourself, you can't fix yourself. Same thing I tell my kids. If you don't see what you're doing as a problem, you'll never fix it. If you don't see talking to that person that way is wrong, you're never going to fix it. Because you don't see it. So see yourself. And if you don't like it, fix it. But if you're okay with it, okay.
How do you see yourself?
How do you see yourself? Being attentive and then having people around you that are able to give you that constructive criticism. I get it, and I don't like it all the time.
How do you take it?
It hurt my feelings.
Take it well?
It hurt my feelings.
Because we don't like being told.
No, but that's okay.
But it's truth.
Yes.
And
there's no losing.
Take it with a grain of salt.
You either win or you learn. That's what I tell my kids. You either win in that life or you learn in that life because there's no losing. That's it. Those are your choices. Win or learn. Which one are you going to do?
Right.
So when someone gives me critique, I take it as the same way I give out my feedback. I say my feedback is like trash. You can take it on as your treasure or you could throw it away. It makes no never mind to me. It's just feedback. So choose what you do with it. And I do that with other people's. I can take their travel, their feedback as a treasure, or I can throw it away. I have that choice. So it is never personal. If somebody's willing to give me their opinion, it's not personal. It's not personal. No. It's a perception and it's a perspective.
It's only going to make you better because then you can focus on those things. Wow, I didn't even know that was an issue, but now I can work on that. You can do some self-reflecting and kind of work on that. So is there anything that you do to kind of relax when you feel stressed or when you get overwhelmed? What do you meditate or do you do what kinds of forms of relaxation?
So I have an amazing friend named Mary Robinson who has this amazing and she's a writer, and in one of her books she talks about PMJ.
What's her name?
Mary. Actually, it's Mary Queen. It's actually her book it's weight loss. It's called Lose the Weight, but she talks about this thing called PMJ. Prayer, meditation, and journaling, and how important it is to eat your PMJ on a daily basis. So I am all about that. Like yesterday, I was ripping and running, but I had to take 15 minutes to take my seat in my chair, lift my feet back, and just sit there for 15 minutes. My husband's like, "Do you have to do that here?" I said, "This is where I do it every day because it's spring break." And everybody was home. It's like, "This is where I do it. This is my place. This is my space." I took my 15 minutes and chilled out and relaxed because you got to take I do that works for me. I want to journal more because I believe we are responsible for our own history, but I don't but I do pray, and that's in the car where I'm having those million conversations in my head. Like, okay, Lord, like right now, please grant me serenity. Prayer is my big one. Grant me the strength for the things that I can't change. Yep. Serenity for the things I can't. Wisdom for the things I can.
Wisdom
courage
to know the difference.
And wisdom to know this, and can't even get it out.
Yeah. The courage. Wait, what was the courage part?
Courage for the things that I
cannot change.
No, so grant me serenity for the things that I cannot change.
There it is.
Courage for the things that I can and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Yes, I do love that serenity prayer.
But that's my thing.
I love that. So your 15 minutes is just...
And I talk to my father a lot. My father's deceased, but I talk to him a lot. Like, oh my God, Dad. Like...
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd be like, Dad,
you know
this
what?
is...
I talk to my mother. My mother's deceased, so I do the same thing.
I
And it
feel
relaxes me. She's sitting right there on the table. As a matter of fact, she always gives me confidence and to continue to do what I do.
Amen. That's my dad is for me.
Right.
I'm like, Dad, this is so crazy, Dad. Like, what is going on? And I could just feel him.
I'm not the only one.
No. I just feel some type of way about who he was. And I know that I get a lot of my work ethic from both my parents.
Do you?
But my father always had a presence. He just walked in a room and it was like, he's here. Like, that, you know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
And there's a great responsibility
I know exactly
with
what
that.
you mean by that
There's
presence.
And I just told my dad, like, I'm like, you know, okay, I'm about to go here and people are expecting me. And I just want to make sure that, like, when I show up, that I am everything that I'm meant to be, because there's a responsibility with me showing up. That, you know what I mean? I just, or I'm really nervous about this, and this. I didn't do this, you know, like.
And you just take that moment out and talk to him.
Talk to my dad. Like I talk to the Lord.
Yeah. Yes. And do you get your answers then at that time?
I don't know if it's, I get my feelings.
Or does that, okay.
The anxiety subsides.
Does it?
Because I deal with anxiety and depression, and I've medicated and I've meditated, and now I'm at a point where I do a lot of meditation. You know, that I understand when my thoughts are being destructive to my purpose, and I can recognize that, and that to me has taken a lot of time and has been very helpful.
I think that's everything, to be able to just recognize it. Because if you can't recognize it, you can't deal with it and face it head on.
Amen.
Yeah, and then be able to meditate and just release all that negative.
Breathe.
Yeah, and
just
bring
breathe.
in
That even felt good just now. Just. Yeah, just breathe.
Oh, I love that. Positive. Yes. I feel good already. She has such positive energy. You know, I feel good just sitting here.
I'm taking it in. I'm taking it in.
Positive energy,
it's a transfer of energy.
Yes, because I feel it. I feel it. Once again, Jackie, thank you so much. You have answered. I think that is it. Tell me again, where are you from?
I'm originally from the Chicagoland area. I grew up in a town called Chicago Heights. It's about 15 minutes south of Chicago.
Okay, so for those who didn't know, I just wanted her to reiterate who missed the first one, because she kind of went about how, you know, she kind of grew up in Chicago, and then how did you get transported here?
In the military. I did 11 years in the Navy. I was a cryptologist, and then
she was in the Navy.
I was in the Navy. Yes, I got out, and
11 years.
This is true. Well, 10 years, 8 months, and 29 days. I think
she trips me out when she does that. 10 years, 8 months, and 29 days. Yes. Do we have the minutes down? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But that's what my DD-214 says. So
okay. And then you still remember that?
Yeah, I looked at it. I was like, oh wow, 10 years, 8 months. Because I knew I was close to my my anniversary. You know, when you have your annual anniversary. I was like, ooh, I was close to a clothing allowance, all that good stuff. I would have been in 16 years this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I would have been hitting 16 years if I stayed in.
Okay, so it's been 6 years that you've been out.
No, it's been 5.
It's been 5 years that you've been out.
Yep.
Okay, does it feel like that?
No.
Okay, and this is the last place you got stationed.
So my last station, I was out in San Diego on the Nimitz, where I met my husband. I love San Diego.
That's where I'm from.
That's right. So I was in San Diego. I did 2 Nimitz and the NIAC in San Diego. Then I got transferred to instructor duty in Pensacola, Florida. And then from Pensacola, I had orders to be an equal opportunity officer here on the Baton. And then it was on the Iwo Jima, and it was somewhere. And I decided to cut ties. Medically, I had some things going on.
Okay.
So I decided that.
So you were like, done. Okay, this is it.
This is it.
Did you ever travel outside of the United States?
I never got stationed outside of the United States, but I've traveled all over. I've been to Australia, Singapore,
nice.
Kuala Lumpur, and Malaysia. That was an amazing place.
Nice.
All over the Middle East, UAE. I mean, yeah.
And that wasn't even with the military.
No, that was with the military.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you after.
The military.
I thought this was after. I was like, wow, you did all this after?
No.
Okay, so when you were in the military, you guys went
all kinds of places.
Oh, you went to Hong Kong too?
Hong Kong was fun. Yes, Hong Kong.
How was Hong Kong?
It was interesting. I had a good time there. It's just
Was it clean?
It was clean there. I mean, well, some places were a little sketchy, but I just remember looking out my hotel window and seeing the older people out in the morning doing Tai Chi. It was early, like 5 in the morning, and they're out there doing like this by the tree. Yeah, like it was like
they
wow,
really
in groups. Yes, they're out there just moving. I was like, that's awesome.
I bet that's so relaxing.
Just get up and go do it.
Yeah,
Tai Chi
seems relaxing.
Yes,
Look, I'm like, oh.
Maybe we need to start that Tai Chi in the park. Yeah, because they're like moving. They're saying like you're moving an energy or a spirit around, like you're just pushing out those bad things and bringing it. Like there's a whole.
I watched Milan and Karate. I watched Milan and Karate Kid and all those, So I see, you see when they was doing that, they were doing that, So that's how Bow Wow knew how to. Wasn't that him? Wait, that wasn't Bow Wow. Who was that little boy?
Was Jaden.
Wait a minute, that was Jaden Smith. That's right. I said Bow Wow. Oh shoot.
Little boys with braids. That's what you thinking.
Yes.
Little boys with braids.
That's what I was thinking. This little boy with braids, but it was not Bow Wow.
Yes, yeah.
Jaden Smith. Yeah, and I remember him learning when he was learning. I think that's a relaxing thing. So Hong Kong. Have you ever gone to Jamaica?
No. Never been to Jamaica.
No. Bahamas?
No.
Been to Bahamas.
Yeah, no, I've never been.
Nice. Yeah. Hawaii?
Yes, Hawaii, yes.
What islands?
Whatever the main island is. We have to stop through there. Every time we get ready to go out. On a Westpac, when you travel out, we stop at Hawaii every time. So I've been to Hawaii probably about 4 or 5 times.
What is that, Oahu or something?
Yeah, Oahu. I believe it is. Yep, you're right. Oahu.
Okay, you've been there.
Pull into Pearl Harbor, and that's emotional. If you've ever been to the first time I went, I manned the rails, which means when we stand outside the side of the ship in your uniform, and the sun was probably setting perfectly, and you could see the USS Arizona, and I just got overwhelmed. I just started crying. It's just it's like that's history. Pearl Harbor was real. Yeah, and so it was
definitely
beautiful.
Definitely. It is an emotional thing. I've also been to Hawaii and the island of Oahu. Honolulu I have family there. Shout out if you all are watching, or if you plan on watching.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing. Dang, Jackie. Well, you seem like you have done a lot, and you are how old, if you don't mind me asking?
I am.
I don't know.
So I'm going to just put this disclaimer on my age.
Because you look 25.
I am. I'm just kidding. No, I used to say I wanted to be 30 my whole life. When I turned 30, I'm like, I want to be 40. But I don't keep track of my age.
You actually said you want to be 40?
Yes.
I'm 30?
I'm excited, girl.
Who says that?
I'm excited. There are so many amazing things. Again, I feel like my life is going to be a beautiful story, or it is already a beautiful story. And so as I grow, as I make more pages, it's like, what story, what is going to be in this book by the time I get to 40? Jackie, but Prince told me.
You didn't tell us how.
I'm about to tell you. Prince told me.
Up to it. Look, show us.
Prince told me not to, because I'm a huge Prince fan. Don't be keeping Prince track of your age. He never kept track of his age. Not just because he was a witness, because he never wanted his age to limit what he did or didn't do. So I just had to remember.
Oh, man. Never let your age limit what you can do.
It's not. People like, I'm 30 now. I can't be doing, or I forgot, I'm too far. No. No
matter how old you are, you can follow your dreams and ambitions and do whatever you want to do in life. It does not matter.
Age doesn't matter.
Old you are.
No. Martha Stewart didn't start till she was in her 40s, 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yes. Martha Stewart didn't start. Yes.
Because age is nothing but a number.
Ain't nothing but a number. You and I ain't nothing but a thing.
Yes, I like that.
You remember Aaliyah?
Yeah, but I don't know the words. That's why I was gonna let you. I was like, I'm gonna be the backup. I'll be the backup because I don't know.
I am 34 years old. I'm 34.
34.
Yes.
Wow, you look great.
Thank you.
You do.
Jesus and genetics.
That's great.
I don't know.
She said in genetics. In that order, Jesus and
Jesus, then genetics, yes.
She just snorted like 5 times, y'all.
I'm holding my nose because I don't want to snort.
Oh gosh, you guys, definitely get out there and vote.
Yeah,
you heard it. The registration is
April 9th is the last day to register.
That's the last day to register. So, City of Norfolk, please, please, please vote for this lady. You see, this young, vivacious lady.
I'm running
so much. You see here, mother of MPS students, community activist, adult educator, and Navy veteran.
Yeah, that's
me. Yes. I love this flyer. I always show this flyer. 'Cause I love it. And the makeup is just...
I can't look like that every day, though, y'all.
You see this makeup, y'all? Man.
What's her name? I can't think of it.
Man. Look at that edge up, too.
That's my husband did
Bam.
that. That's my husband.
That edge up. Bam.
He's a good man.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The makeup is great. I love makeup, so I love makeup. So. I was like, I'd be staring at this picture like, dang, look at her cheekbones, dang. I wonder what kind of lipstick is that, man? Yeah. But again, you guys, seriously.
So funny.
I'm a goofball, and I get together with her, and she's got such an awesome personality. Like, just an awesome person all around, and just her views on everything and the things that she plans on doing, I think it's really huge.
We gonna do this.
So, support. Get out there and vote. Vote. Get out there and vote. Thank you guys so much for listening. Feel free to leave messages. She's going to tell you where you can go as far as, because I know you left email last time.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram.
How can they reach you on Facebook, Jackie?
Facebook, if you go to the it's Jackie Glass for Norfolk Public Schools, Ward 3. If you go to type that in, you'll be able to find me there.
Yes, because did I say Ward 3? I didn't make sure I did.
That's okay. Yeah, Ward 3.
And look on the back, you guys. Isn't this beautiful? Look at her beautiful family. Isn't that beautiful?
So I didn't know how seriously people take pictures.
That dress, you guys, is everything. Look at this dress Jackie got on. Oh my goodness. I don't think I ever saw her with a dress on either.
That was at my sister's.
And I've seen you a few times. I've never seen you with a dress.
Really? Okay, one day.
Never seen you with a dress on.
I was at a wedding. I'm going to tell you, my family, there's no way you're going to get those people together to take a picture. That was at a wedding. Oh my goodness. That was at a wedding. We just dressed everybody. I dressed everyone.
Did you?
Yes.
Because that was, you guys...
To their personalities.
That is one beautiful black family right there.
So
Look
funny.
at this. Isn't
So
that
funny.
great? And I was going to ask you, now, where were we here? What school?
I was actually, this is something else I do. So, a friend of mine runs a program called Glue Girls, Girls Like Us. And so for 4 weeks in a row, we teach young women about women in the Bible and stories that they can relate to life. So I was at a Glue Girl thing teaching. What does that say down there? You could see we were talking about, I don't know, we were journaling. But we thought we only teach them women in the Bible. And we have to repeat them because they're in a whole bunch by comparison of men. Mm-hmm. But we talked like one of the things, one time I dressed up as Deborah, as like a judge. And then talked about Deborah and how she had to have courage and strength, and it's so much fun and to relate it back to real things that they can do in their little lives at this point, and to know women that were in the Bible and all the things, Jochebed, do you know,
and how old were the kids?
So the kids are ages like 5 to 12 or 13. Yes. So
is this something that you're still involved
Yes,
with?
Glue Girls. Yes, Glue Girls. We still do it. So my amazing I'm gonna call her friend because she's actually my old boss. She don't like me to say that. But at her church, Miles Methodist Church, she holds the Glue Girls. And I think she's in the
Glue Girls.
Yep, Glue Girls. We're in the planning session for another one. I need to touch base with her. But yeah, it's so much fun because we always do a story. We do an icebreaker, story, activity, and we always have a verse that they learn in many different ways. It's a whole team of women that come together so Lisa, that's her brainchild. Yep.
Nice.
Glue Girls, girls like us.
How long has Glue Girls been in effect? How long have you guys been doing this? When did she organize it?
Lisa has been doing this for, I want to say, over 5 years, because I've done it. I'm rolling into my second, year doing it with her. So maybe 5 or 6 years plus. She's been doing it for a while.
Wow. What an awesome
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Yes.
Awesome program. Mm-hmm. That is a nice program.
Yes. We forget there were women in the Bible doing the thing.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's nice.
Don't forget.
Nice. Man, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. So that's what that was all about, you guys. Yeah. So
I was working with her on her activity, her craft.
Yeah. So I just kind of,
in the summer, that had to be the summer because I gotta yeah, that's summertime.
Because you got your summer outfit on.
Yeah, summer outfit on.
Because it looks hot.
And I look a lot more chocolatier.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely look like you were definitely out in the world. You were out in the world a lot. She was out in the world a lot, yeah. Mm-hmm. You see the difference there. Yeah. Look at there. It's not messing. Well, you guys, again, thank you so much. Yes, please like, subscribe, please to this, and so I can continue to bring you guys good stuff and bring good people on and continue to promote Spreaker Podcast Radio. Again, download the app so that way you can follow, and you can download it from Google in the App Store. I'm just saying it, reiterating everything again for you guys. But check it out. Jackie, you guys running. Check it out.
Thank you.
Until next time, you guys. Thank you for listening. Bye. Bye, you guys. We are out. Oh, did we end it? Okay. Because I was like, did we end it? Goodbye, you guys, and on Facebook because you're still here. All right, Jackie, any last words?
Hey, we'll see you, and get out and vote. It's a city council election too, so it's super important. No matter where you are, you guys have some elections too in Virginia Beach, so please just vote. Just
Yes.
Make it a habit.
Yes, I know who's running for the Virginia Beach School Board. Seiko Varner
is
running for Virginia Beach School Board, as I found out. So you guys get out there and vote, and we are going to get him. And I'm going to talk with Seiko, you guys. I'm going to talk with him and get him on the phone so we could talk to him. But you guys vote for him too. Anybody who lives in Virginia Beach area, please vote for Seiko.
Amen.
All right, you guys. Bye. Until next time.